Hi, guys. My voice just cracked. I have allergies. It's Tabitha with McHarper Manor. How are you guys doing today? Happy Wednesday. It's oddly enough not a watercolor Wednesday this week. We painted on Monday and we were off yesterday. Well, technically off of lives yesterday. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. But today we are going to do a really fun shadow tracing trick and just do a little, composition that way too. So hope you guys are excited to join us today. How's everybody out there? Who do we have today, miss? Anybody interesting yet? Nope, not yet. But you guys have probably not even heard my voice yet because we're on a 30-second delay. So special thanks to Missy and Sean from Happy Groundhog Studio. And my voice is just going to keep doing this all day, and I hope we make it through. We have lots to do today, lots to talk about, lots of fun things. We have had some questions about shirts, people wanting to order some shirts that we are out of stock on. We officially can say now that we will be reprinting beginning the week of May 4th. So we will get everything stocked back up, and you guys will have a wide variety of things to choose from in all the sizes again, starting the week of May 4th. So that is exciting. I got some really sweet thank you notes in the mail today. We did. It was really sweet. We got them from Mindy and Joanne Parkhouse. So thank you guys so much. We love getting mail. That's really sweet. Now that we know to check our mail here, we will be checking it. So thank you. We have had continuous questions about the membership site and how you guys get info on that. So the way you're going to get info on that is you go to our website, McHarperManor.com, and you are going to just hang out on that page for a second, the home page. And usually about, 1 to 2 seconds after you land on that page, depending on your internet speed, it'll pop up with a, hey, we're, launching a membership site. If you want to be in the loop, click here, to subscribe. And then it'll take you to our little, email subscription page. That's not subscribing for the membership site. That is just subscribing for info about it if you want to be in the loop. So do that if you would like. Regarding the membership site, still, none of the stuff that we've created, today's video that's free, all of the stuff that we've created since the beginning, middle of March, everything that we've done and everything we will do through April 23rd will continue to be free. All 27 videos that we make will stay free forever. That's our gift to you. So don't feel like you need to do any sort of subscription to access these things you've got supplies for, things you haven't gotten to get to yet. You've got plenty of time to access all of that. So the subscription site is just for people that want more art in their life. Once we're not able to go live every day or even every week, we'll still be going live a couple times a month, a few times a month. We might try to go every week if we can. We're going to see how that fits into our schedule. But we are working on that. We're also working on finishing up our art cupboard. So that is almost finished. And once we get that art cupboard up, the donations have started coming in for that. You guys have sent physical donations of items for the art cupboard and monetary donations, and we are putting that together, and we appreciate that so much. So we will continue to give you info as that is available. The art cupboard is just a local resource. It's like a little art library, like those little food pantries and little libraries that are out in front of some of our public schools and places around here. It's going to be like that, but it's going to be art supplies just for people that want to create but maybe don't have the means. So that's a fun way to do that. You can continue to donate to that through our Venmo. It's at Tabitha-McClung. And our PayPal is paypal.me/McHarperManor. So we will be using donations from that to fund the little art cupboard. So yeah, lots of fun stuff going on today. We also have had some really cool questions about virtual birthday parties, and we will have info for that beginning the week of May 4th as well. So May 4th, shirts, birthday party info. That's what you're going to get that week. So a couple weeks away, but that's what's coming. What do we got going on out there?
We have lots of people tuning in today. Sophia says hi.
Hi, Sophia.
Aiden in Connecticut says hi. Kaylee and Micah from Weatherford.
Hi, guys.
Lauren says hi from Florida and that it's hot there. I've seen a lot of people saying it's snowing where they are.
That is cool. I definitely would prefer hot than what we have. It's cold.
We have friends tuning in from Canada and
Hello.
from Pennsylvania, from Ohio and Michigan. Emma
Hello,
and
neighbors.
Lizzie say hello from Massachusetts.
Hi, guys.
Violet's back from Boston.
Hi, Violet.
We have lots of friends who are tuning in who haven't missed a live show yet.
We love to hear that. That's so fun.
And we've got more friends from Ohio, Kentucky.
Hello, neighbors.
Everybody's checking in with you, saying hi.
Awesome.
One fun thing is one group got, their parents gave them, or the Easter Bunny gave them membership to the website already.
Yay!
For Easter, as an Easter
oh my
present.
gosh, guys, that's so exciting. We are so excited to hear that. Yay, that's like the best news ever. Awesome. Well, we are so happy to have you all back. So many of you guys, and if you're new, welcome. We really appreciate you checking us out. And for all of our friends that are back, we cannot wait to create with you. So we have Abbott here with us today. Tired guy sleeping on the table over here. You excited for art? Yeah, he's super enthusiastic. He's 12 and he's, he's our cool kid, the cool boy that just thinks that he's he's too cool for art class with mom, but
Has he landed his backflip yet?
Oh, they want to know. Not yet. He's still working on it. He's still working on the backflip. On our trampoline, of course. Yep. So today we are going to do some really fun things that you could do outside. You could do them in the house. I'm going to show you how to do them in the house. We're going to do some tracing. So we're going to do some shadow tracings, but we're going to, take our little guys and we're going to recreate the light. You could do this on the sidewalk with sidewalk chalk in the sun. You just got to kind of position them to where you want them to be. But I'm going to show you how to do it in the house with maybe a flashlight or a lamp or something that you can cast shadows straight on to the paper behind your little guy. So if you have a flashlight or a desk lamp or a little reading lamp or something that you can, cast light down, awesome. If you have a flashlight, or we're campers, so we use headlamps. Somebody that can hold that for you and cast a shadow. Now you're gonna need to have your lights, if you're doing it inside, you're gonna need to have your lights off, okay? You can't have other overhead light or your shadow will be really, really, really super light. So we are going to need some source of, focused light. So be it a lamp or flashlight, whatever you're doing. And a holder if you have a flashlight or a lamp that you need to angle down. We need paper to draw on. We need pencils and erasers. And then we need a fun subject. So I have this little guy. He's, which one is he? Diplodocus? Yeah. So we have this guy. And then, I've got penguins. Maybe they'll cast a cute shadow. Maybe I'll put a penguin and a dinosaur together. You get multiple things and line them up. We've got lots of dinosaurs. Which one are you going to do? You don't know?
This one.
This big dude? He has a toe bitten off by Luna. So, maybe he'll stand, maybe he won't. The test of time will tell us. These are real loved toys from the McHarper house. So just grab some interesting stuff. And then we are going to use oil pastels to color ours in, because so many of you guys have said we have oil pastels versus chalk pastels and asked for ways to use the oil pastels. I'm just going to use oil pastels today to show you guys how I like to use oil pastels to color something in. You could use regular crayons, markers, colored pencils, anything you've got. Watercolors, whatever you like.
They want to know if they can use their chalk pastels.
You can use chalk pastels. You can use anything you want today. We're just going to draw this guy out and kind of fill him in. So get whatever you would like to use. There are no parameters for coloring this guy in today. So without further ado, do we have any other questions before we flip these lights off and get started?
We have a birthday shout out.
Happy birthday, Alice. Happy birthday. Anybody else? Anything else? All right. Let's flip some lights off, and I'm going to show you guys how to do this thing. So it's going to be, you know, a little darker than normal for a hot second, but nothing we can't turn back on. You'll see how much light there really actually is on me in here. It's kind of blinding. But we are going to turn this little lamp on and we're going to cast some shadows. So here's the thing. You are going to want to kind of sit your guy up and see how the best shadow goes, okay? So maybe right here is a good shadow for him. And if it's a little blurry, it may just be a little blurry. And you might have to, like, you know, kind of hold him down and decide, I think I'll do this guy right. And also decide which way you want your paper to stand, okay? So I'm going to do this little guy here. Do you need help, or do you have yours? You ready? Do you want to bring it closer? I'll do mine first, and then you bring yours closer and do it. Because the further away from the light you get, the shadow will, like, stretch him out and make him have like a really big body. You can come closer up here and see what you think. The closer to the light you get. Now, your shadow is a little bit crisper than mine, but it did, like, distort his little body. It made him look a little too chub. Oh, that's better. That look good? Okay, mine looks good too. I'm going to start. So I'm just going to go around this little, where he started. Is my arm in your shadow?
I don't know. There. Yeah.
So I'm just going to kind of trace out the little shadow. And we're going to see what we wind up with. So I'm just lightly tracing it out with graphite. What's cool about this is it gives you a chance to see proportion. Gives you a chance to see, you know, it's a fun tool, a fun technique that you can do. And it's a fun one you can do outside too. And just get that, you know, that big overhead light and trace something fun. You could line a whole parade of trucks or dinosaurs or whatever you wanted up. So you can just kind of trace it out. So that's my little dinosaur. And maybe I'll throw another guy behind him. This guy. Ho ho. Stegosaurus. He's going to take a little bit more effort to trace. Some things work better than others. You might find that you have a dinosaur that's too big for your page. That's where you could break down one of those big Amazon boxes and trace something really big. Or you could get, you know, the backside of wrapping paper and trace something really big.
That's a good tip. Somebody asked actually what they do. They don't have paper today, so.
Oh, yeah. So there you go.
Get creative. Look around.
Get creative. Grab some boxes. Break some of those boxes down that we've got hanging around. I know everybody's had lots of deliveries, or at least some empty cereal boxes. I know we do.
Some friends are tracing their Model Magic characters and tracing their Pokemon characters.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, somebody asked if they could do it on a wall.
Oh, that's up to your mom or dad or parent or caretaker. I mean, I guess you could, like, in theory. Dude, he looks awesome. That's like his extra little arm back there. And we're going to talk about some ways to clean some of this up. And then you might have to, like, kind of draw under his little leg or whatever. Get around there. Yeah, like my guy only has 3 legs. But yeah. Okay. Mine are traced. Oh, that guy has a long neck. All right. Thank you, guys. Lights back on.
It's really not that dark.
I know. It's not terrible,
You
actually.
can see really well.
Yeah. Okay. So, I got my stuff lined out. And now you guys are going to see what the difference between the actual shadow is and, it's just a guideline. It's a fun thing. You could do you could use the guidelines that you made and do like a really abstract piece, or you could kind of fill these in. So I couldn't get to my little dinosaur's feet because of the shadow. So maybe I'll just, draw some little feet in there for him. And then, finish his little tail. And then my little my little stegosaurus, his little feet were over here and one little leg out there. He looks like he's marching. They look like they're marching along. But yeah, just finish out any little spots that you didn't have and maybe kind of smooth some of these little edges if you've got, you know, one that looked really crazy. But yeah, that's just a fun little tool, how to trace things out. So now's the fun part. Now you can go through and you can actually look at your subject and see what looks a little different. So this is kind of like a still life, you know. Now you can look at him and be like, what happened here? So the shadow may have distorted his nose a little bit. So I'm going to give him more of a little nose. And it really just depends on how bright your flashlight was, how, you know, how much space you really gave yourself between the flashlight too. It's gonna kind of water down some of the details on these guys. So you can kind of go back through and you could redraw some of that stuff. This guy, I think his little, I don't know, what would we call this? Little back of his head. I don't really know what we would call that, but that kind of got lost in translation. So yeah, just kind of cleaning this guy up a little bit. And now we just decide how we want to make him. So you could go really realistic or you could go really abstract. What are you thinking, bud?
Don't know.
I think he looks awesome. So Abbott is starting with the oil pastels too. So we are going to finish my little stegosaurus over here. Give him a couple more little plates on his head. And he is ready to rock and roll. And then I'm going to...
Do you have a cousin named Tony?
I do.
He's checking in from Missouri. He says his girls are loving doing this. They're doing it with you.
Fantastic. That's awesome. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
All right.
He wrote cuz, C-U-Z, so I wasn't sure if he meant cousin, cuz.
We have a big family. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna do a green. This little guy, I'll make a green kind of like this guy. So I'm just gonna use these oil pastels, and you guys use whatever you have, whatever you want. I like to blend with oil pastels a little bit, so I'm just gonna lay down a little bit of this green up here. Actually, a lot of it of this like citrusy green. And kind of, you know, start building some other green into it. So I'm going to grab this darker green because he has like that brighter green on top. So I'm going to take this other green and I'm going to kind of build this in next to it. And some colors blend better than others, I have found, in oil pastels. The light ones, you know, you don't get as much. But if you take a darker, there we go. So you might go a shade darker than what you initially think if you're blending pastels. This little guy is so cute. Maybe I'll just finish with my green down here and go across. Kind of go down to his little tail. I see a lot of people like to blend oil pastels with their fingers. That's fine. The warmth from your fingers will kind of break that down a little bit and smooth it around. If that's a little messy for you, you can always take the edge of a paper towel. Like I'll take a paper towel and like fold it in half and half and half again until I get kind of like a little chunk, and then I use him to rub it too. I use that a lot with charcoal and with chalk pastels. So if you're working with chalk pastels today and you want to blend some things and you don't want to use your fingers, just take a piece of paper towel and just fold it into like a little wedge and use it. If you have like a paper one, they call them tortillions, like in art school, it would be just like a little wrapped tight piece of paper to smudge with. Those are tortillions, but you can make them with paper towels just as easily.
That's what they're called, smudge sticks.
Smudge sticks and tortillions. Either way, smudge stick reminds me of like burning sage, you know, smudge it all out. But yeah, so I was painting a dinosaur yesterday, actually. Tom, do you have a picture on there that you can show them? Yesterday while I was off, I wasn't really off. I was just filming some of the classes for the membership site for you guys. So there's a little sneaky peek of one of the projects that I filmed yesterday. He's a cool little dinosaur guy. Kind of looks like the end of the dinosaur era, kind of like the end of time for dinosaurs. He's got a little meteor coming in. But yeah, that was fun. I did 2 yesterday. So while we took the day off live, I didn't really get to take the day off. It was just like a really full, long work day. You just didn't see my face. I was still making videos. So I did a second project. Would you like to see the second project? I will wait and see if there are some comments here in a little bit. If you guys want to see the second project I worked on yesterday, I'll give you a little sneak peek if you're interested. And Tom can throw that up for you. Let me know, miss, if they want to see it. So yeah, I'm just going to continue rubbing this, brighter color next to this one. And it's going to kind of fade this guy, this bright dark green in. We can kind of overlap and build that color in. I'm just going to finish coloring this guy in with this citrusy color, and then I can add more green details. Darker green, rather. How are you doing? All right, so I'm going to take my black oil crayon, and I'm just going to give him a little eyeball in here. And, with oil pastels, sometimes you don't get a lot of detail. You just kind of got to, move it around. And if he doesn't look perfect, that's okay, because that's the medium you're using if you're using oil pastels. They're just kind of abstract and fun. You can line them out if you want to cover up that graphite.
Eva has a question for you. I'm just going to read it as is. Are you going to use a yellow color towards the bottom or focus on shadows?
So we can work on some shadows. I can show you if we used the yellow color. I did use all the way to the bottom because this little guy is yellow, but he would cast a little bit of a shadow underneath him, and you could kind of build out some shadow with, your gray oil pastel. You have to choose your light source though. So choosing a light source is basically what we just did. And that the little trick that we just did with the lamp, that can be applied to any still life. So the still life lesson that we did, it was either last week or the week before, the still life lesson, if you really want to learn about shadows, you can take a lamp and set it up with your still life stuff and then draw it with the way that it casts shadows. So if you wanted to draw some shadows in your little guy here, if we were going for realism, you could really just build in some shadows based on where you imagine a light source, okay? So if you imagine that your light source is coming from this side of your paper or straight above or from this side of your paper, that's how you're going to choose where you put those shadows in. So for you, I will pretend that my light source is coming right here, okay, on this corner. And sometimes I have my kids in art classes put a little X on the corner to help them remember where their light source is coming from. But think about how his body would cover up that light and where it would cast that shadow. So it's going to be, behind his little tail, and you would have some little shadows coming out here, like around his little arm. But basically, you could just cast shadow underneath him and build, more shadow underneath, shadows under his feet. He would have shadows under his little armpits here. He would have, a lot of shadowing underneath his tail. But yeah, that would be a more realistic dinosaur there for sure.
And everybody loves the Meow Maid.
Yay! I hope you guys like the dinosaur painting too. That one was super fun.
Yeah, they love that too.
I'm very into dinosaurs. You guys should see my Christmas tree. Holy moly. My Christmas tree here at the studio. I'll have to put a picture up of it one of these days. It's off the charts. It is, I don't know. It's like my inner 6-year-old, really. It has beyond amazing ornaments. I think, what do we have? 7 dinosaurs. It's like an I Spy tree. It has like 7 dinosaurs, 5 unicorns, donuts, cotton candy machine. I mean, it's like the 6-year-old girl inside me exploded all over a huge tree that is just covered with like, it's like rainbow.
It's like a Lisa Frank.
It is like a Lisa Frank tree. It's like a mix. It's like Lisa Frank and Dr. Seuss had a baby, and it was like an artist. Yeah, there's like pencils, palettes, like stuff all over it. It's super fun. Super fun. All right, so I'm just laying some little ground here for my guys. Let's move on to my Stegosaurus. Your Carnotaur is awesome. I love him. He's so cute. I love him. He's looking good. So Abbott did his Carnotaur. He is very cool. Very, very cool. Did a good job, dude. Abbott's like, can I be done now? All right, my Stegosaurus. He's like orange and green, right? Do you want to do another one?
I don't know.
Draw. Here, you want another piece of paper? Here you go. See if you can make a little shadow of him. Maybe just trace him. You could do that too. If you're having a hard time with the shadow, just trace him. All right. My little Stegosaurus. I'm going to make him orange.
Somebody's using their peg dolls, Jen, so they're using their peg dolls as shadows.
Yeah.
They're using unicorns.
I love it.
There's an epic Lego battle that they're tracing.
Yes. I love to hear it. And you could build like all of your buildings and everything with the Legos. That's so cool. I didn't even think about Legos. It gives you limitless options. That's really cool, guys. Because you get to, enjoy the creation of the actual Legos themselves, You're going to create that whole scene. You're going to create the Lego buildings, then create a scene with it, and then have your epic battle and trace that and create that. It's like creativity for an entire day. That's just like the creation day. I love it.
That's definitely going to be on our next rainy day project list.
Yes. Build all the things with Legos and then trace them. I love it.
Our friend Nicole says she has a Lisa Frank coloring book. We knew we liked her.
Nicole, I feel like we are just kindred spirits. We are cut from the same cloth for sure. Yeah, I have Lisa Frank stickers over there. I mean, because obviously you guys knew that I would, but yeah, I have Lisa Frank stickers. I have a sticker problem. I am so in love with stickers. And I met Amy Tangerine last year, and she told me, girl, you need to use those stickers. Like, you need to stop hoarding them. Like, the time, yeah, that's what she said. The time is now. The time to use your stickers is now. Because I just love to, like, have the stickers, and I don't know what to do with them. It's not that I don't know what to do with them. It's that I love them so much I'm afraid to use them. But don't be afraid to use them. So I have started using so many stickers since she gave me permission to just use the stickers. So yeah, the stickers, like in a fun resist piece like we did Monday, just the shape of the sticker, you could use it in so many ways. Maybe not my Lisa Frank stickers for something I'm going to paint over, but stickers nonetheless.
I had a Lisa Frank Trapper Keeper.
So did I. So did I. I think everybody that was born.
And all the kids out there are going, what's a trapper keeper?
Moms, we're going to need you to bring it home on this one. We're going to need you to explain. Okay, so a trapper keeper was a binder, but it wasn't just any binder, okay? It was like the pump up
the
Reebok
Cadillac.
shoes. It was like the Cadillac of binders. So it was, you had your 3 rings and you'd put your stuff in there, but on like the left side it had like organizing pouches and things, and then you closed it and it velcroed over, and it like kept all, it trapped it all. It was the keeper of your junk,
How
of your
that
stuff.
went away, I don't know.
I know, but we, you know, like in high school and stuff, we would have to carry our stuff between classes, and then everybody's trapper keepers would be like so full of like all the stuff, they'd be like ripping at the seams. It's the little stuff, guys. We lived in a much simpler time, okay? Don't judge. Much simpler time. All right, so back to my dinosaur. I get excited talking about trapper keepers, and I forget. Abandoned ship. So oil pastels, you know, they're so easy and fun and versatile. They're just like a creamy crayon, you know. They're easy and fun. Anything that you would normally color, you can color with an oil pastel. It's just a little bit creamier. The texture is nice. And the blendability that you don't really get with a regular wax crayon. If you use those soft cored colored pencils, you can, you know, get some blendability with those, but you get a little bit more blendability with these.
It's like one of Asher's drawings.
No, it doesn't. It looks awesome. I love him. He's got like the chompy face. He's cute. Are we laughing over there? People talking about the trapper keepers.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Other people.
And Nike Air Pumps.
Yes, dude. Those. Yes, the pump up shoes. They had pumps
Pump
in
'em
them.
up.
You gotta pump them up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You poor kids, you missed out on so
You did. Walkmans. Sony Walkman.
Why don't they like make pumped up shoes anymore?
Because they realized it didn't really help anything. And
Then you had to pick a cassette tape with one band.
One band.
10 songs, and
Yep.
that's it.
Unless
There
you
was
made a
no skip
mixtape.
button. You had to fast forward to the
Unless
next.
you made a mixtape. I had so many
Yeah.
mixtapes, and you guys will never understand. Like, we would have to sit, okay? And I had like a big stereo that had like 2 tape decks so that you could tape a copy of your tape for your friend, because that was love back in our day, was like making a tape for somebody, making a copy of it.
Making a mixtape.
Or making a mixtape. So you could take like one song off this one and like start to play the song, and then press play and record at the same time on this one, and record that song while it was playing on there onto this tape. These kids are like, minds blown right now. They're like, I have no idea what you're talking about. But the best was listening to the radio, sitting by the radio for hours, waiting until your song came on, and then hitting play and record at the same time so that you could hear. Like, so Tom and I have been very into like listening to live Dave Matthews Band sets lately. And I was telling him, like, my first time that I caught ants marching, like, was like 3 seconds, like you missed the first dun, 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 and it's like, oh, wait, it's on. But you would have to
missed
record.
the first second of the song.
Yeah, you'd have these like really, really jankety playlists. But
Best you listen to Casey's Top 100. So you
yes, Casey
Kasem.
Kasem, yeah. Oh my gosh, guys, we're like these kids. We've lost all the kids. Any kids that are watching this right now, we've lost all the kids.
Parent chat.
It is. It's you know, prime time for parents right now. Yeah, these are things.
We've made all the parents feel old because their kids are like, what?
I know. So we got a home phone recently, and the kids are like, what is this? Like, what's this sound? They'd be like,
how do I call my mom?
And it's like, what's this sound? What does this mean? That's called a dial tone. Okay, that means it's okay to go ahead and dial. Now,
because grandma's house.
yeah, but like they
Carter didn't know how to use it.
Carter had no idea. My 14-year-old nephew had no idea how to use it. I mean, it's just, you know, these things that we grew up with that you didn't. And those rotary phones don't. I mean, so fun. We have an antique one. I like to collect like vintage and antique things. And we have an antique one that my daughter is just like so in love with.
I like the video we saw of
the video.
The dad challenging his teenage kids. It's like, okay, here's a rotary phone. Dial this number.
Give them 30 seconds or 90 seconds to figure it out.
They couldn't do it.
Said, You guys, Joanna said the DJ would talk over the beginning of the song.
Yes.
Yeah.
It make you so crazy,
Yes.
and you're like,
Stop
no!
talking.
Stop, Brad. Nobody wants to hear what Quiznos is offering this week. Turn it off.
Nicole said, "Now you basically got your date night. We're doing 80s, 90s inspired date night.
Yes, we have
Yes.
to.
And then we can all
We
talk about
have
this.
to. Yes, maybe we'll do some perler beads or something like that. Maybe we'll get that girl talk game out and.
Well, there's some cute stuff happening. So, Kristen wants you to know that her daughter used a hairbrush for the shadow, and she turned it into a hedgehog.
I love
Nice.
it.
So cute.
What is everybody making out there?
Jack used a bunny, and he made his tongue sticking out.
Aww. A bunny. That's so fun.
Somebody accidentally colored her hair.
Accidentally colored her hair?
Yeah.
Okay.
I accidentally colored my hair. That's what it said.
Okay.
Oh,
Were you tracing your head?
maybe
Somebody
her
tracing your head?
maybe her hair was down in it and she
Yeah.
colored.
I mean, a little shampoo.
This
Yeah.
is funny. Haley says that her daughter asked if movies from back in her day were in color after they watched The Wizard of Oz.
You know what? I watched Gone with the Wind quite a few times, and I mean, we watched some old stuff as kids. I feel like we watched some. I mean, we were on that cusp, man. The early 80s kids, we were on that cusp of things. I was born in 83, so I was on the cusp of a lot of cool stuff. We were the Oregon Trail era, you know.
Look at that.
My favorite meme. Oh, this is fun. Do you like the texture of it? Do you like oil crayons? Yeah. There was a meme about like kids from our era that like we grew up on Oregon Trail, like we were made for this. Like we knew, you know, we take this seriously because we grew up with Oregon Trail. We know how hard that was.
So Melissa wants to know, I know that the sign up for the memberships won't go up until the end of the week.
Yes.
6, but will we be able to get any info on the supplies before that, or how's that going to work?
So I'm still building content for it actually. Every day that I'm not live, I am shooting classes. I'm still, figuring out exactly what I want to do. I had one project that I was going to do yesterday that bombed. So I don't have a complete list of everything that we're doing until late this maybe over the weekend I can have that all together for you, but I will get, as soon as I have it available, I will get it to you. It just might take a little bit longer. But the membership signups will go live the week of the end of next week. So you'll have access to all of those tutorials. And the cool thing with the subscription, the tutorials, they never go away. So you get 6 to 8 tutorials. If I do like a 2-part thing, if I do two-part classes, something with clay and then it has to dry for a week, or you have to bake it and come back to it or whatever, that'll be like a 2-part thing. And if we'll do up to 2-part processes for these first, for the first couple months. If you do a 2-part one, it'll be like 6, it'll be 6 different projects, but multiple steps to a couple of them. So it'll always it'll be like 6 to 8 projects is what we expect. With that, once the subscription site launches at the end of next weekend, my birthday's on the 25th, so I'm hoping it can be my birthday present to myself to be live with that subscription. We will have the tutorials immediately available, and you can start doing ones that you have supplies for. That will be, those tutorials will be the ones intended for that month that will run until, the end of May. And then you will have, all of May to get those supplies. But say you didn't get through all those projects, they are stored in a library there. They don't go away. As long as you have a subscription, with us, you have access to all of the tutorials that have happened while you've been a member. So it might even be infinite. I'm not sure. We're working on the capabilities of like, if you're a member, if you can access things that were from the month before. If you weren't, the technical people are doing this. I'm not a technical people. I'm a color with oil pastel people. So I'm leaving that to the geniuses, the big brains for that. So, but, even if you didn't get the supplies right when it came live, you've got lots of time to do it. I hope that helps. All right, so my little guy's colored in. I'm going to give him some eyeballs here.
Everybody's making lots of fun stuff. More unicorns, an
unicorns,
elephant, a troll doll, narwhals, and T-Rexes, and flamingos and elephants, and a goat unicorn.
Guys, I can't wait to see these. I can't wait to see these this evening. They really are like my happy thing. Don't I sit on the couch and like look through all the pictures of like, look, Abbott, look at all these cute little kids. Look at what they're making. Yeah, so I can't wait to see what you guys make. It makes my day. All right, so you guys get the gist of it. We're just coloring these little guys in, and you can, you can add in whatever you want. This is the fun part. You get artistic liberty. You could, let's say he's standing in front of a massive volcano. They're standing in front of a big volcano back here. All right, and then I'm gonna, give him, let's just kind of build some of that up.
So you've had several requests today and other days. People are interested in drawing people or portraits. Maybe
so I will tell you one thing. I do know one of the projects that's coming up that I haven't filmed yet. This may be today's one that I film or tomorrow, but we are going to do face portraits. We're going to talk about body anatomy. So if I do like a face one this month or for May, then I'll do the next month, I'll do like a full body, but we are going to focus on portraits, at least one this project and one next, but I have a cool twist on a facial portrait. So we're going to talk about, the proportions of a face. I'm very into, there's so much cool stuff about the symmetry of our faces and the proportions of our faces. The tip of our nose is directly in the middle of the crown of our head, the very top, and our chin. There's so many cool ways that you can break down a face. Like go halfway, there's your nose. Halfway between your nose and your chin, there's your lip line. Like I'm excited to teach you guys really cool ways to do faces and do them accurately and make them look, like a real face would. It's all about learning what makes a face really look like a face, what makes a younger face look different than an older face, the things that on your body that continue to grow. Your ears and your nose never stop growing. So, older people have bigger noses and bigger ears, and little babies, they have big eyes because our eyes don't change. But yeah, we'll get into all that stuff with face portraits. But yeah, we actually, I think this very first month, the content will definitely have a face portrait in it, but it's got a cool twist on it. You'll see. I think you guys will like it a lot. So,
Amy said they're hoping for more still lives too.
Yeah, so still life is super important. And still life, still life is something you actually don't even need me for. Still life is something you set up on your own. So today, we will do more still lifes and fun twists on still lifes and things like that. And actually, I'll show you guys how to do some other types of still life. There's a really cool technique that actually was the one piece that got me into the art school that I went to was it was like a still life of sorts, but it was a variety of people and poses that I just overlapped on top of each other. And so that's, there are lots of different twists on still life that you can do. But still life is one that you can also explore without me. And, like I mentioned with the desk lamp, it's super cool to just take a lamp, we can even do it right now. Turn them on, put it on, say I'm going to put it on this little dinosaur over here as I'm drawing him. And I look at him and I'm like, okay, I see the shadows underneath him. I see the shadows, under his little belly. And that'll teach you so much about form and shape. And it'll also teach you about shadowing. So you just get a pencil and you really start to fill those in too. So yeah, we'll talk about that stuff too, for sure. There's so much to learn. I want to teach you guys all the things. I want to teach you everything there is to learn about art. I would give you all the information in my brain if I could, if there's just enough time. Hopefully I have enough time to teach you all the things in my brain as I continue to learn more, because I never stop ordering art books. Tom will tell you every single day there is something new in the mailbox. Every day. That's my other addiction. Washi tape, stickers, and art books. That's me in a nutshell. Okay. So I'm doing my little volcano back here. So yeah. And then I can come back in with a different brown, and I can start to kind of fill in some of these spots between the darker brown and kind of give him some dimension so he doesn't look like a brown triangle. But make those little guys come to life. Build that guy up.
I know you don't know, I don't think you know the total answer to this, but we had a couple questions about how much will the membership cost and where will they be able to see it once it's playing.
Okay, so the membership site will be a standalone site. It will have its own web address. It will be like it'll be like a Netflix kind of thing where you go to that site. It won't be on Facebook. It won't be on YouTube. It will be on its own site, and members will have the web address for that. Where, again, somebody that is not me is building this, that is basically telling me where my subdomain goes. Guys, I don't even know what a subdomain is, but it's going to be on a subdomain. So I wish I could explain to you what that meant, but I don't even know. So they're working on that, and so that it'll live in its own little place. You'll have your own little password to access all the information. You'll have like maybe not your own password, but I know it'll be password protected, and you'll have stuff that you go in, and your credentials will get you in, and you'll have access to all the stuff there, kind of like you do like your Netflix account. That's basically how they've explained it to me, is that's how it'll work. And there'll be different courses to access that way, and there will be, the content. We'll be able to build out content that is, there will be one spot for like the monthly subscriptions. There will be another spot that people that buy like a summer camp, like they want to do this 3-part camp or this 3-day camp or whatever, they can buy their stuff there. So the price range for the monthly subscription, it's going to be right around $20 is like the average price on it for the monthly. We don't have... We want to give people that commit to a full year a better deal than the monthlies, just because if you have the confidence to say, I love art with you and I want to hang with you for a full year, we want to give you the best price that we can on that. So that's kind of going to be, the one perk of it, but it's going to average around $20. So it might be a couple dollars more for people that do it for, monthly. It might be that, but again, somebody else is building the pricing for that. I've hired some cool people a cool lady named Lori to help with that, and she is much better at this stuff than I am. I like to make the things. I like to play with you guys. She's like the one that does that cool stuff. So thank God for Lori, because without her, I would not be able to do it. So yeah, but did I answer that question? I think. Yeah, around $20, lots of different things that you can do, monthly stuff.
And sign up for the email list to get all the...
Yes, to get all the info on all of that, you go to McHarperManor.com, and you just hang out for a second. You just wait, and then this little pink corally pop-up thing is going to come up, and it's going to say, welcome, or we're so excited about our new membership option. To stay in the loop, click here. And then you'll click that, and then it'll take you to, it says... I think the actual web address to it's like McHarperManor.com/made-with-McHarper, but I know there's some dashes and stuff in there too. But basically the easiest way to do it is just go sit on my website and wait for 2 seconds, 3 seconds, depending on your internet speed. And you're going to have a screen that pops up in front of your face. And it's going to say, join, sign up for my emails about this. And you're going to be in a different email category than just my regular newsletters and things like that. But that's where all the info for that is going to come up. So yeah, that's the easiest way to do it. And then you will get all the info as it's released. We're hoping for an end of the week, quick synopsis thing to give people rundowns for pricing and things like that. We're still testing so much of it that a lot of it, and building the content. I started the videos yesterday. They've got to have the videos to put together. They being Lori, it's a lady. She's amazing. But yeah, so we will have it to you as soon as we can. But yes, getting on the email list is the best way to stay in the loop. And, you just throw your email in and hit the subscribe button. There's some like real specific boxes you have to click for compliance things so that we aren't spamming people. So yeah, do that and you'll find out. Okay, my little dinosaur is complete. An Abbott's dinosaur. Maybe we could cut him out and have him coming to eat everybody. He's super cute. And yeah, I like to do that too. If you get smudgies on the side with pastels, chalk pastels, oil pastels, anything like that, I'm really messy with them. And if you get smudgies on the side, you can just cut those guys out and put them on a new, like cut him out and put him over here. He's been working on, do you remember these? I used to do that too all the time when I was a kid. When I saw him doing that, this little weird S guy, yeah, and this one, I mean, that was like my favorite thing to do. This like little cable knit S thing. That's like an 80s, 90s thing.
Totally, yeah.
Totally.
Throw that on your Trapper Keeper.
Yeah, you would scroll that on your Trapper
Yep.
Keeper. You totally would. Yeah, so just have fun with it. You could trace a million things. You could trace all the things. So that's today. That's what I've got for you today. Make sure that you are using the hashtag Made with McHarper to show us what you've done, because when I'm scrolling there at the end of the evening, we are picking our favorites. Missy's picking Manny's favorites every single day to share at the end of the day. And we're also giving away prizes. So here's Happy Kitty. Happy Kitty is this week's prize. All the submissions through the end of the weekend are entered for the Happy Groundhog Happy Kitty. So you can find, if you just can't wait and you have to buy Happy Kitty right now, you can go to the Happy Groundhog Studio on Etsy or just their website that'll redirect you, and you can buy any of the stuffies that we show on here. But yes, this one is our freebs for the week. Missy and Sean so generously donate one because they love seeing your smiley, happy faces. That's the stuffy guy. And then we've got the family bears. We're going to give away whichever bear you like. We have the mama bear, papa bear, baby bear, little bear, all the bears. We're doing the bear family shirts this week. McHarper Manor is. So that's what we're giving away. So yeah, I hope you guys continue to share those with me. Tomorrow or Friday. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow I will be making more videos, but I will not be live. Tomorrow, I think I'm gonna work on that portrait face one you guys were wanting. I think I'll get that guy knocked out tomorrow. But Friday, I will be back with Haley, right? Haley coming on Friday? I think Haley's with me on Friday. We are gonna use Sculpey.
Oh yeah.
And we are going to make some clay beads and bowls. I'm going to show you how to do like a little geode trinket bowl. And then we're also going to do some beads, because you can do some really cool marbled beads. I'm going to show you how to use your little extra scrap pieces. After you've made your really cool charms and stuff, you probably have some random scrap pieces and some little bits that you could put together. And I'm going to show you how to use those scraps. So we're going to make geode looking trinket bowls, marbled bowls, beads, cool stuff. So you're going to need Sculpey clay if you've got it. You could use Model Magic too for the beads if you want. They're just going to be really tender and they might break a little bit, but you can use Model Magic for those too. Or any air dry clay that you can use and let dry completely for a week before you paint them. You'll need some little tools, toothpicks, if you have your little sculpting tools that came with Model Magic. Those are great too. A little rolling pin or a cylinder. You can use a glass jar. You can use a hairspray can, whatever you want. Just something to roll this guy out with. And then you want like a chopstick or a bamboo skewer or something, because when we make these little beads, we're gonna poke the holes through them, and then bless you, we're gonna poke the holes through them and kind of leave them, you know, to.
There's the chopsticks. There's the chopsticks from the one place.
From my sushi the other night.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love sushi, guys, but I don't like. I'm not a big fan of like the raw sushi. I eat the basic girl shrimp tempura roll.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
Oh, that's
So
good.
yeah, I love a shrimp tempura roll. I do, and a California roll. So if you like sushi like I like sushi, you probably have a few of these chopsticks laying around. And you can use those or a little bamboo skewer, like whatever you'd make a little shish kebab with or whatever. So that'll work. If you don't even have one of those, a pencil would even work to make your holes. You just want something that you can like push the bead onto and leave it, you know, to leave it round. But that's that. So that's tomorrow. No, it's not tomorrow. I keep
Friday.
saying tomorrow. I'm so addicted to you guys. I think that I'm doing tomorrow, but that's Friday. Tomorrow I'm here making other things for you guys, but not with you guys. So yeah, come back and see me Friday, 1:00. We will be here. Keep using the hashtags. Thank you so much for supporting us when you can. The ways you can continue to do that are our Venmo account is at Tabitha-McClung. That was my maiden name. And then you have the PayPal option, which is paypal.me/McHarper Manor. Those are so helpful. They keep sustaining us while we can't have classes and things like that in here. And they help support the people that are helping us, and they help support the little art cupboard and all the good things in the world. That's all I've got. Anybody have any questions? Anything out there that's going on? Okay.
Nope, I think you've answered everything.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for hanging with me today. I'm so excited to get some more of these projects knocked out to show you guys the subscription ones where we can really dive deep and we can do really intricate things that I can't do on air in 45 minutes or an hour. So I'm so excited you guys are excited about that too. Make sure you're signing up for the emails about those. Just go to the website, McHarperManor.com. Wait a second, let that pop-up come up and put your email in. But we will see you back here on Friday, 1:00. Take care of yourselves. Get out there in some sunshine. Create something beautiful. And we will see you soon. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.